It makes you think that the thick of it, you know, that wonderful, wonderful satire was actually a documentary. I mean, he said that Boris Johnson thought it was like swine flu. He wanted Chris Whitty to inject him with COVID live on TV. I mean, this is through the looking glass, isn't it? I mean, we were mocking Trump for talking about guzzling bleach and things like that. So for you to hear that, you know, and again, you know, they've denied it, but for you to hear that from someone who was in the room must be very difficult.
Yeah. It's horrific, and it is just like having a prime minister who treated COVID with absolute contempt, as Donald Trump did. It's astonishing. And the crazy thing is, hearing the Cummings allegation yesterday that the Prime Minister said, I want Chris Whitty to inject me live on TV with COVID. You know what? It had the ring of truth about it, because just at this time in March, we all watched the Prime Minister in a press conference brag about the fact that he had been in a hospital and he had shaken hands with everybody, including COVID patients. So this was a time when my colleagues were wearing full head-to-toe PPE, hazmat suits. You didn't go near a suspected COVID patient without full-scale protection, like something out of the film Contagion. And the Prime Minister was bragging that he was just shaking hands with people, and he actually laughed about it. And I saw that on live television at the time. So honestly, nothing surprises me now.
He accuses the Health Secretary of lying on multiple occasions. We were told categorically in March, he said, that people would be tested before they went back into homes. We subsequently found out that hadn't happened. Was the Health Secretary lying?
Well, the Health Secretary strongly disputes those allegations. He's already said that, and he's going to be speaking in Parliament later today. So we'll hear directly from him, and I'm sure he will want to address those very serious allegations. In my experience, the Department for Health were going through something which was hugely challenging, and of course, there were things which didn't go as well. There were some things which were hugely successful, like the vaccine rollout. But with care homes in particular, we did take steps quickly. We did provide over £3 billion of funding to the care homes so that they could put in place more protective measures
in the early part of the pandemic.
Well, I think that's a legitimate challenge. One of the issues there
is... If it's a legitimate challenge, that suggests that you think that people were not tested.
Well, if I could just finish the point, I think it is an important question, and one that I'm sure will be the subject of further inquiry. But the issue there, as far as I'm aware, is that in the early stages, we didn't know how transmissible the virus was amongst the asymptomatic. If we had known that, then I'm sure that there would have been even more testing of individuals being discharged from hospital into care homes.
That
as soon as that became known,
not everyone who went into a care home was tested, despite the fact that Matt Hancock said people would be tested before they went back into homes, and Dominic Cummings says that was nonsense. You agree with Dominic Cummings that the idea that everyone was tested before they went into a care home was nonsense?